Cables everywhere. They tangle, they make it impossible to move, and all in all, they're just frustrating all the time. But what if we could use the studio gear that we use every single day and make it wireless? Wouldn't that make our lives so much easier and so much less frustrating? Well, that's what we're gonna talk about in today's video. Wireless setups in the recording studio. But first I wanna give a big shout out to AIAIAI for sponsoring this video and also for sending me their TMA-2 wireless studio headphones. Because these are what make wireless music production possible. I've been using them around the studio and also at home for a few weeks, and I must say I really like them. But we'll talk about them more later. Let's get into it. So first of all, let's talk about why we should even go wireless. Well, when you're recording vocals, guitar, synths, whatever, cables can get in the way very quickly. Cables pull on stands, they get caught everywhere. Sometimes you spend hours and hours troubleshooting until you finally realize it's the cable that's broken. And all in all, at the end of the day, they can just be very frustrating. And being frustrated and annoyed is not good for the creative process. So the point is, we just want to make our lives a little bit easier, and we just want to make the creative flow a little bit more flowy. But not all wireless is created equal. Bluetooth wireless, which a lot of us already use on a day-to-day basis, is way too slow for music production. Bluetooth has a latency of about 30 to 100 milliseconds, which is a very large latency when you're trying to record. It makes recording tightly impossible, and it's also very annoying. Furthermore, Bluetooth is a lossy format. You lose audio quality if you transmit audio signal via Bluetooth. But wireless audio transmission is not new at all. Let's talk about how the pro audio world handles wireless transmission. Now, the gold standard for wireless transmission in the pro audio world is UHF. UHF systems have under 5 milliseconds of latency, which is not audible, and they are reliable over long distances. But they are quite expensive, they can be quite bulky, and a lot of the time you need licenses to use them. The other common way to transmit audio is over 2.4 gigahertz systems. These systems are not as expensive and they're quite easy to set up, but they are way more prone to interference because they're on the same bandwidth as a lot of audio transmission, also on the same bandwidth as Wi-Fi. For most cases though, 2.4 gigahertz systems are kind of the sweet spot between being very convenient but also performing very well. Now let's talk about the AIAIAI headphones though and how they work. AIAIAI uses a custom 2.4 gigahertz protocol with a dedicated transmitter that you plug into your interface or laptop, and the receiver is built into the headphone itself. Whereas Bluetooth always has a latency between about 30 and 100 milliseconds, which is not fixed though, it can always change. This transmitter and receiver have a fixed latency time of 16 milliseconds. It's still not perfect. Some people might hear the latency, but most people definitely won't hear the latency. 16 milliseconds of latency is also what you would have if you were standing 5 meters away from a speaker, which a lot of people record or play stuff standing 5 meters away from a speaker, and it's no problem at all. So unless you're really latency sensitive, you're not gonna hear the latency here. I've personally recorded vocals and some instrumentals with this, and I did not hear it. I quite enjoyed this. Now let's set it up. The setup is pretty simple. You can either plug it straight into your laptop via USB-C connection, or you can use this little cable to plug it straight into your interface or mixer. Then you just have to turn the headphone on and the transmitter on, and they're connected. And now we can get to recording. Now with the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, you can use the headphone for up to 15 hours. The headphone also has Bluetooth connectivity though, and the Bluetooth connectivity you can use for up to 80 hours. Now let's test the wireless headphone in action. And I come undone when you're falling and I'm holding on. And I never thought you'd be the one to knock the air right out of my lungs. Now after trying them again, I can hear the tiniest bit of latency, but as you could just see, I was still able to sing and perform really, really well. And I really like that I can just, move everywhere, do what I want, and have that physical freedom. Especially as a guitarist as well, it's so nice to just, slip this over your head, be able to play, and not have to worry about it. And I can take this off whenever, wherever I want. Now, some other situations where this could really come in handy, for example, are if you have outboard gear or pedals scattered around the room and you want to walk around and change settings, but you still want to hear what you're doing. So you don't have to go over to somewhere, change the setting, and then go back to your desk and then hear it. You can go straight there and hear what you're doing. This could also come in handy if you're setting up microphones for a studio and you turn on the monitoring on these headphones. Then you can set up a microphone and hear what it sounds like there and then and adjust it as needed. And you don't have to go set it up, then record, then go back to your desk, then change the settings again and again. You can just go somewhere and hear what it sounds like immediately. Now, I've been using these at home to record, so they have a nice neutral sound and a closed back, which is great because then there's not as much bleed onto the microphone. But the other cool thing about AIAIAI headphones is that they're actually modular. So you can take your headphones apart and swap out singular parts to customize them. So an AIAIAI headphone like this, you can customize to your needs. You can get different speakers, different bands, different cushions, depending on what you prefer. And if something is broken, you don't have to buy a whole new headphone. You can just swap singular parts, which is also more sustainable. Now let's talk about some other practical ways to go wireless in your studio, because headphones are just the start. Number one, if you're a guitarist, you can really easily get a wireless transmitter and receiver to just plug into your guitar on the one side and then into your amp or pedal board on the other side. Because if guitarists really love going wireless, there are so many options on the market and they're also pretty affordable. I've compiled a few of my favorites here. Another cool way that you can go wireless is with MIDI wireless. There are tiny Bluetooth MIDI adapters that you can plug into your keyboard and sync with your DAW. If you want something even tighter, look at Wi-Fi MIDI systems like iConnectivity's Mio XL. They're really fast, sometimes even faster than USB. And they let multiple computers share MIDI over one network. Here's a list of some really cool gear for wireless MIDI. No more long tangled up cables, just a cleaner workspace and a smoother workflow. So in conclusion, there are more and more ways to make your studio setup wireless, and it's very practical and just makes your workflow that much smoother. The TMA-2 wireless headphone is a really great option to make your headphones wireless. And if you add wireless guitar and wireless MIDI, you can get rid of even more long tangled up cables. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you've already added some wireless gear to your studio. And subscribe to Bonedo Producing for more content like this. See you in the next video.